Showdown, J. Calderon Boxing, the Golden Boy.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, J. Calderon, Stand Clear Entertainment, and we're about to get into this week's boxing talk. It's the big fight showdown between WBC, WBA, and Ring Magazine lineal middleweight champion of the 160-pound division, Canelo Alvarez, Mexico's biggest star, taking on Brooklyn's own Daniel Jacobs, the IBF middleweight champion. This is a great matchup, one of the most anticipated matchups of the year, that's going down in Las Vegas, Nevada at the T-Mobile Arena. And yours truly, J. Calderon, will be on the scene to cover this boxing event. And it's a great big fight for boxing fans. I can't wait. It's going to be live on DAZN live stream. So get that subscription with DAZN. It's a great app. A lot of people could watch this fight anywhere. It's not a pay-per-view event. It's the first Canelo Alvarez fight in a very long time that hasn't been a pay-per-view event. And this fight right here has the magnitude to be one of the best fights of 2019. And it has Canelo Alvarez going up against a very big Daniel Jacobs. Jacobs has come into the ring weighing over 185 pounds. This guy has the size advantage, the reach advantage, the height. He has great boxing skills, quick hand speed, and he can punch. This boy could crack. And Canelo Alvarez has a tall, tough task in hand, but he is an all-around complete fighter. I got to give credit where credit is due. Canelo Alvarez is pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world today. He's right up there in the top 3. Some people could argue that he could be possibly number 1 pound for pound, the best fighter. And if he beats Daniel Jacobs convincingly, then I believe he has a strong argument for that number 1 spot. But right now, I have that with Terrence Crawford as the number 1 pound for pound best fighter in the world. Canelo Alvarez, he's a guy that could box very well. He's shown great defense in the past. He's shown quick hand speed, and he's also shown the ability to adapt to whatever style in the ring. He's come a long way since that Floyd Mayweather loss, the only loss of his career. Now, he's had questionable decisions against Aslandi Lara, against other guys like Triple G. A lot of people felt that Triple G won both of those fights. Everyone that knows me knows that I'm a big Triple G fan since day one. I'm a supporter of Triple G, and I saw those fights just the way they played out. I believe that Triple G and Canelo Alvarez fought to a draw in the first fight. I wasn't upset with the decision that was made in that first fight. The only thing that I had to argue with was Adelaide Burr's scorecard. I think it was totally ridiculous and biased, but I believe that Triple G didn't do enough, especially to the body, to be able to pull out a decision. And I don't think either man did quite enough to take control of the fight. It was a great fight. It was a very close fight, and these guys put it all on the line, and it winded up being a draw. Didn't have a problem with that. The second fight around, I thought Triple G would adjust and do better, but it was Canelo Alvarez that adjusted in that fight. He fought a different style fight from the first fight, where he boxed more in the first fight. And this fight, he took it to Triple G, fighting toe-to-toe and really fighting in that pocket and doing things where Triple G's trainer, Abel Sanchez, said that he wouldn't do. You know, he showed out, and he definitely deserved the decision in that second fight. I believe so. You know, like I said, I was going for Triple G, but I give Canelo Alvarez much due respect that he pulled out that victory. And he is definitely the king of the middleweight division right now. He moved up to super middleweight in his last fight, went up against a guy that was overly matched, a very tall fighter, but a guy that didn't have the skills and didn't really belong in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, and that was Rocky Fielding. That guy just wasn't really prepared for a guy like Canelo Alvarez, who destroyed them to the body. And you could tell it was all over from the beginning of the fight, since round 1, that this guy was going to get knocked out. And that's exactly what happened. Now he's fighting a guy that's more experienced in Daniel Jacobs, a guy that's much bigger than him, a guy that's strong, comes in great shape, could box, could use that foot movement, great hand speed, and he has punching power as well. So this is a true test for Canelo Alvarez in the middleweight division. We knew that Triple G was a bigger man that was very strong, had a great chin to take Canelo Alvarez's punching power, and also had great punching power himself, but Canelo Alvarez showed that chin. You can't take that chin away from Canelo Alvarez. He can take a punch. He has that Mexican steel chin that a lot of great fighters have, like Julio Cesar Chavez, and so many of the great Mexican fighters have had. and also has that great, tremendous heart that he's willing to stand toe-to-toe with you and bang out. But he's also smart enough and good enough to box with you, to use a very good jab, to control some distance and get in and get out with some good foot movement. He has improved in his footwork, and his defense with his upper body, bobbing and weaving, has become very, very good. So Jacobs is going to go in there and he's going to have to do what he does best, and that's box. Box Canelo Alvarez and then take the fight to Canelo Alvarez. At times, go toe-to-toe with him. You don't want to go into a slugfest with Canelo Alvarez because Jacobs has the boxing skills, especially with that long reach and that height, to really create distance and really keep offsetting whatever Canelo Alvarez does. But Alvarez is going to have to cut off the ring and try to set up traps, especially to the body, with some great body work. If he could slow down Jacobs with that body work, then Jacobs could become a sitting duck and he's going to have to fight toe-to-toe, which we know this is going to play out because Jacob has tremendous heart. He's going to want to go toe-to-toe. He's going to want to bang, but he has to do it smartly. He has to be able to box when he needs to box and then fight toe-to-toe when he has to, because Jacob has those quick hands and he has that punching power to perhaps hurt Canelo Alvarez. Can he drop Canelo Alvarez is a different question. We know that Jacobs has the more suspect chin. He's been down before against guys like Sergio Moore. He got dropped by Triple G, but he showed that he's able to get back up and get right back into the fight and fight to the 12th and final round. And that's what you expect from a guy like Daniel Jacobs, who's overcome so many obstacles in his life, especially cancer. He's come from my hometown, Brooklyn, New York. So you know who I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for the Miracle Man, Daniel Jacobs. Brooklyn all the way, 100%. I want my man to win and become the unified middleweight king of 160 pounds, because I believe that these guys are the two top middleweights right now. These guys are the number one and number two guy that are in position for a great fight. And I believe that they're going to give boxing fans one hell of a fight because Daniel Jacobs comes to fight. We saw against the Triple G fight. It was a very close fight. I thought that the knockdown helped Triple G escape with a decision victory, but I gave that fight to Triple G. I want Daniel Jacobs to come out in this fight. I believe it's going to go 12 rounds. I don't think it's going to be a knockout. And I see the judges definitely leaning in favor of Canelo Alvarez. Everyone knows that in Las Vegas, the money man is Canelo Alvarez, so he is the favorite in this fight to win this fight. But Daniel Jacobs is a live underdog. And if he fights a perfect fight, you know, like I said, he has to box, he has to bang, he has to bring the fight to Canelo Alvarez at times, that perfectionist fight, then I believe that Daniel Jacobs could pull off the upset in Las Vegas, perhaps a split decision victory, and I wouldn't mind seeing him upset the apple cart and come out on top and become the new man in the middleweight division. You know, the Zone is invested a lot of money in Canelo Alvarez. Daniel Jacobs is part of the Zone because he's with Eddie Hearn as well. You also have Demetrius Andrade, who is also the WBO middleweight champion. If Canelo Alvarez beats Daniel Jacobs, then the goal is to perhaps fight Triple G in September for another showdown in their third fight, because that's what the Zone wants. That's what Triple G signed to the Zone for, to get that Canelo Triple G 3 matchup. It's a great matchup. It's a big money fight. The other two fights were very highly entertaining, and boxing fans got their money's worth in both of those fights. So I know boxing fans are going to want to see this fight again. No doubt about it. You know, it's not played out yet because these guys give it all they have and they bring it down to the wire. And I believe that they're going to get a great fight with Daniel Jacobs, and they're going to get a great fight if Canelo Alvarez fights Triple G again. And then the last man standing will be Demetrius Andrade with that WBO middleweight title. And that's a great matchup as well as too, because Andrade is a very good, slick boxer, and this guy brings problems to the table. But like I said, Canelo Alvarez, if he gets past Daniel Jacobs, then he's definitely the man, not only in the middleweight division, but perhaps in all of boxing. And you have those two other big fights that are on the horizon, all on the Zone with Canelo Alvarez. So I look forward to this fight. I look forward to giving you those exclusive interviews live from Las Vegas. I will be there for this fight weekend, and I can't wait to be there for all the boxing events at the weigh-in. We have the Boxing Fan Expo, which is the 5th year. It's a great thing. If you're in Las Vegas, go check out that Boxing Fan Expo. You have a lot of boxers that are former world champions, current world champions, all being there at this event at the convention center, where they're giving back to the boxing fans, where you get to meet and greet take pictures. But tune in to this Saturday night. You can watch this fight in movie theaters. You can watch this fight if you download the DAZN app. It's only $20 a month. And it's a great, great deal. You could also buy the package deal of $100 for the whole entire year. And it has so many great fights that are on this DAZN live stream app. So download it. So my predictions for this fight, I believe it's a 50-50 fight. I lean more towards Canelo Alvarez getting the decision victory, but I would like to see Daniel Jacobs, the Miracle Man, pull out the upset. And I believe that he could definitely pull out the upset in this fight right here. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to this YouTube channel right here, J. Calderon Boxing Talk. Please hit that little red subscribe button, hit that bell icon, hit that like button, drop a comment, follow me on all social media platforms, on Twitter, on Instagram, and also join the Facebook boxing group page, J. Calderon Boxing Talk. I'm J. Calderon, Stand Clear Entertainment. Thanks for your support. Keep watching, and please subscribe.